Hi dear friends, I'm Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. We have studying with the food and digestion, that is chapter 5 in human body. Okay, I have explained about the nutrients, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, okay, minerals. Now we will go with the water. That is page number 38, water. Okay, I will read the lesson. You know the importance of all the things, that is why we need the carbohydrates, why we need the fats, why we need the proteins, why we need the vitamins, and why we need the minerals to strengthen our body. For what purpose we need them? Okay, you know very well. For the bones we need calcium. That means they are come under the carbohydrates, fats, proteins. Okay, these are all very important for our body growth as well as to keep us healthy. To keep us healthy, we need the different kinds of foods. So we have to take them in a balanced diet. Okay. Next come to the important thing, water. Next come to water. Water is the, I am reading now, water. Water is the most abundant substance in our body. Water helps in digestion. It helps in dissolving nutrients that are to be used up by the body. Water regulates our body temperature. Our body loses lot of water in the form of sweat and urine. We feel thirsty when the amount of water in our body becomes less. It is essential for us to drink at least 2 liters of water every day. Drink enough water to produce colorless urine. This also I have explained in the last class. That means we need water because our body made up of water. Our body is made up of water. Okay. Water helps in digestion also. While we are eating the food, we are drinking water. Why? It helps in the digestion. It helps in the digestion, and also it helps in the throwing out the waste in the form of urine. In the form of urine, when our body needs water, we feel thirst. We feel thirst, so at the time, what we'll do? We will drink some water. Okay, that means drink more water, plenty of water. It can't harm anything. Okay, it throw out the waste. Okay, waste which are generating in our body in the form of urine. In the form of urine. So it is essential for us to drink at least 2 liters of water every day. How many liters? 2 liters from the morning to night. We have to essential. It is compulsory to drink 2 liters of water every day. Drink enough water to produce colorless urine. If you drink less water, your urine color is yellow. Okay. To get colorless urine, you have to drink plenty of water, that is more than 2 liters. Next come to roughage. Roughage is the fiber present in the food. It adds bulk to the daily diet. An individual quickly feels that his stomach is full. This helps to minimize the chances of overeating. Roughage cannot be totally absorbed by the body. The unused portion of the bulk material aids in the digestion process and healthy function of the bowel system. The cleaning action helps to keep viral organs less prone and to infection and diseases. Apple, guava, peas, ladyfinger and salad contains lots of fiber. That means roughage means it is a fiber. Roughage means fiber present in the food. It is present in the food. It adds bulk to the daily diet. That means if you want it, that means separately we are eating it. Separately we are eating it, and individual quickly feels that his stomach is full. That means after eating it, he feels his stomach is full. This helps to minimize the chances of overeating. That means if we are eating heavy foods, okay, and when we eat these roughages, he feels, oh, my stomach is full. Okay, by that feeling, he can't eat more food. He can't eat more food. For that reason only, we are eating these roughages. Why? Because it makes the less strain to the digestion parts. It makes less strain to the digestion parts. Here, roughages cannot be totally absorbed by the body. They are not totally absorbed by the body. The unused portion of the bulk material aids in the digestion process and healthy function of the bowel system. That means bowel system means digestive system. It helps in the digestive system to make it to work it properly. The cleaning action helps to keep the vital organs less prone to infection and diseases. That means cleaning process by eating the fiber. By eating the fiber, the cleaning action is very easy. That means to throw the waste in our body, it is very easily they come out. They easily digested the food and they will come out easily. Okay, that they help in the avoiding infection and diseases. Infection and diseases. To avoid infection and diseases, we have to eat the roughage, that is the fiber. That means to make our digestion easy, whatever we are eating, to make it easy to digest, we need this fiber. We need this fiber. This fiber help in the digestion process. This fiber help in the digestion process, and they will throw out the waste easily. Okay. Which are the materials that the roughage is present is apple, guava, peas, ladyfinger and salad contains lots of fiber. Okay, they contain lots of fiber. Next come to the balanced diet. A diet that contains the right amount of carbohydrates, protein, fat, minerals, vitamins, roughage and water is called balanced diet. It is essential to have a balanced diet to stay healthy and grow well. So what is the meaning of balanced diet? So what is the meaning of balance? You know very well what is the meaning of balance. That means balance. Why we are using the balance? To check the correct weight. To check the correct weight. That means to maintain correctness, we need the balance. So here in the diet also we need this balanced diet. That means everything is balanced. How much we need for example, our body needs some 20 grams carbohydrate. It needs 30 grams protein. It needs 10 grams fats. It needs 100 gram minerals, 100 gram vitamins and some roughage and 2 liters of water. So in which food all these things are included? That means all the things, carbohydrates, protein, fats, minerals, vitamins, roughage and water, everything which fulfill complete our needs. That is called as balanced diet. That is called as balanced diet. What the food we are eating, it should contain all these things. It should contain all these things. So that food is called as balanced diet. Once again I will explain. Which food consists of all the basic needs of our body. That means including protein, carbohydrate, fat, minerals, vitamins, roughage and water. It is called as balanced diet. Balanced diet. It is essential to have a balanced diet to stay healthy and grow well. Why we need balanced diet? To stay healthy and to grow properly. We need this balanced diet. Okay, by the balanced diet only we will stay safe. That means our body should be healthy. Our body is healthy and we will grow. Okay, balanced diet has the following advantages. Here they have given the advantages of the balanced diet. We feel better when we eat a balanced diet. That means we feel better. We can't feel any extra thing. That means if we are eat some minerals or fats, anything, we will become fat. Like that, if we eat balanced diet, our body should be healthy. We reduce the possibility of sickness and diseases if we consume a balanced diet. It means our body will feel sickness if we not eat the food properly. So to avoid the sickness, we need balanced diet and diseases. To avoid the diseases also, we need this balanced diet. If we consume a balanced diet, the possibility of feeling the sickness and diseases are very, very less. Okay, see here they have given the balanced diet chart. In that, eat most that cereals and whole grains, eating more fruits and vegetables, eating moderately dairy products, meat, fish, eggs and beans, and okay, eat less fat, oil, sugar and salt. So this is how we have to take. That means eating more sugar, oil, salt and fat, it leads to some diseases. So how they have balanced the diet? Which one has to be eat more? Which one has to be eat less? Which one has to be eat less? Which one has to be take in small quantity they have given. That is the chart of the balanced diet chart. This is the balanced diet chart. Next come to milk is a complete food. Okay, why we need the balanced diet? To keep our body healthy. To keep our body healthy and to avoid from feeling sickness as well as the diseases. To avoid the diseases, we need this balanced diet. Okay, next we will move to the milk. Milk is a complete food. Milk is a complete food of itself. It contains all important ingredients which are part of a daily diet. Milk is an ideal source of vitamin A and B. The calcium present in milk is required for making bones and teeth strong and healthy. It is essential for stronger nails and hair. One should consume 2 glasses of milk daily for maintaining a healthy body. So why this milk is a complete food? Because it consists of all the nutrients. It is like a balanced diet food. Okay, milk is a complete food of itself. It contains all important ingredients which are part of our daily diet. That means it contains all the things. Okay, milk is an ideal source of vitamin A and B. So it is a ideal source of vitamin A and B, and the calcium also present in milk, which is required for the strongness of the bones as well as the teeth, Okay, for the making bones and the teeth strong and healthy, it is essential for stronger nails and hairs also. Stronger nails as well as the hairs. One should consume how many glasses? Minimum 2 glasses per day. So by consuming 2 glasses of milk every day, we feel better. That means our bones are strong, our teeth are strong, our nails are strong, our hairs are strong. Okay, our body is strong. For that reason only, drink milk only. Don't mix it with coffee or tea or anything. Okay, then the milk loses its all the good things, that means vitamins and everything, it loses. Okay, drinking the pure milk is good. Drinking the pure milk is very good to our health. Okay, by mixing it with the coffee or tea, it is not good for our health. Okay, so this is about the food items what we have to eat. Next come to the digestion. How what we are eating is digested in our body. How the body absorbs it. How our body uses it. How the waste is thrown out from our body. Everything we will discuss here. Okay, digestion. Digestion is the process of breaking down food up into a simple and soluble form so that it can be used up by the body. The digestive system helps the body to digest the food. That means, what is the meaning of digestion? So digestion is a process in which breaking down food into its simplest form. It's the simplest, that means very simplest form, that is it is like a water type, in a liquid type. Okay, that our body can use it. Our body cells can absorb it and use it. Okay, that is called as digestion. So digestion is a process by which that our what we are eating food should be converted into a simplest form, that our body can use it. Our body can directly use it. The digestive system helps the body to digest the food. There are some organs, special organs which digest the food, food. Okay, process of digestion. Now we will move to the process of digestion. Process of digestion. First we will move to the mouth. Where we are eating the first food, we are keeping the food. Starting thing is mouth. How the mouth will do this, we will study in this para. Mouth. The digestion of food begins in the mouth. The chewing the food breaks the food into small pieces. The saliva present in the mouth mixes up with the food. Saliva softens the food into pulp. It converts the starch in the food into sugar. The tongue pushes bits of this mashed food into the throat where it is swallowed. The food moves down through a tube called food pipe or esophagus. The food enters the stomach through the food pipe. Okay. First, where we are eating, our eating the food starts from the mouth. So digestion is also starts in the mouth itself. The digestion is also starts in the mouth itself. Okay. The digestion of food begins in the mouth. The chewing of the food, that means we are cutting it into small pieces. We are cutting it into very small pieces, and along with that the juice, saliva mix up it with. Okay, the saliva present in the mouth mix up with the food. Saliva softens the food into pulp. What is the use of this saliva? It softens the food into a pulp like structure. That means like the what we are making the chapatis and we are making it no pulp. Okay, like that. Or why we are making the bonda, we are mixing that corn. Okay, like that it will mix. It converts the starch in the food into sugar. Here, that saliva itself, it converts the starch into sugar. The tongue pushes bits of the mashed food into the throat where it is swallowed. See, this tongue also helps in the smashing the food at the time while you are chewing. Okay, while you are chewing. Okay, that time this tongue helps it to push it to the inside our body, push it into inside our body through the throat where it is swallowed. The food moves through the tube called food pipe. See here they are given the esophagus, that is food pipe. From the mouth it comes to the esophagus to the food pipe. Through the food pipe and our esophagus, the food enters the stomach through the food pipe. After the mouth, it will pass through the esophagus or the food pipe and enters to the stomach. So this is the process of mouth. Stomach is a hollow organ or container. It holds food for 1 to 4 hours. How many hours it holds? It holds the food for 1 to 4 hours. The strong muscles of the stomach use enzymes to further break down food into a usable form. After the stomach has finished the work, the food moves to the small intestine. That means stomach is a hollow organ or container. That means it works like a container. What we to do? It holds food for 1 to 4 hours. How many hours? 1 to 4 hours. The food is present in the stomach. Okay, for that reason only for every 4 hours we want to eat the food. The strong muscles of the stomach uses enzymes to further break down food into a usable form. That means here the food starts once again grinding. Like structure. Okay, it uses enzymes. Here some enzymes are produced, some juices are produced, some acids are produced to break the food into very simplest forms, or digest the food into simplest form, further break down food into a usable form. Here itself it becomes to usable form. After the stomach has finished the work, the food moves to small intestine. After the stomach, here the food breaks into usable condition. Become to usable condition. From here it moves to the small intestine. From there it moves to small intestine. Next, small intestine. What is the function of this small intestine? It is a long muscular tube that breaks down food using enzymes released by the pancreas and the bile from the liver. The contents of the small intestine start out as semi-solid food and end up in a liquid form after passing through the organ. The pancreas secretes digestive enzymes that break down fat, proteins and carbohydrates. Bile from the liver secreted in the small intestine helps in digesting fat. The gallbladder stores and concentrates bile that helps to absorb and digest fats. The liver, gallbladder and pancreas help the small intestine to complete the digestion of food. The food is now in a simple form. It passes through the walls of the small intestine into the blood. The blood carries the digested food to all parts of the body. See how the small intestine works. It is a long muscular tube that breaks down food using enzymes released by the pancreas and bile from the liver. It is a lengthiest. How much length they are given here? Okay, average length of the small intestine is in adult is that is 6.9 meters, 22 feet 6 inches, 22 feet 6 inches or 6.9 meters, and in adult female it is 7.1 meter. 6.9 meter and in adult it is 7.1 meter. Okay, it is approximately 2.5 to 3 centimeter in diameter. That means like this much. This distance is 2.5 to 3 centimeter and length is 7.1 meter length. Just imagine how long it is. Okay, in that the food passes. In that the food passes. See here they are given the small intestine. So this is the small intestine. Here it is, how it is like this, it is fixed. Okay, it is a tube-like structure. Okay, like this. Here it is mixed up. Okay, so what is the function of the small intestine? It is a long muscular tube that breaks down food using enzymes. Here also the food breaks down into once again into smaller pieces by using the enzyme pancreas, released by the pancreas and bile from the liver. Here liver, what it do? It secretes bile juice. Bile juice. So bile juice is secreted by the liver. So for that reason liver is very important. Liver is very important. Somebody says liver has failed, so he dies. So without the function of this liver, bile juice cannot secrete it. Okay, this is very important for the digestion and absorption of the food. Okay, the contents of the small intestine start out as semi-solid food and end up in a liquid form after passing through the organ. That means when the food enters into the small intestine, it is in a small particles and ends with the liquid type. So after passing the 6.5 meters or 7.1 meters, the food which is in the small particles, solid particles, becomes like a liquid material. Okay, for example, how means like the juice what we are eating, so what we are drinking, like the lemon juice or the that what we are glucose, what we are mixing up in a water. In that position, our food becomes changes. Our food changes into like that form. Okay, ends up in a liquid form after passing through the organ. The pancreas secretes digestive enzymes that break down fat. That means pancreas secretes. Pancreas also produces some enzymes that break down fat, proteins and carbohydrates. In our food, these items are present. So to break down them into consumable materials, that means they break down into small pieces. These enzymes that are secreted by the pancreas are used. That means pancreas secretes some juices. Okay, pancreas chews everything. So that break down fats, proteins and carbohydrates as the usable things. Bile from the liver, that means secreted in the small intestine, helps in digesting fat. This bile juice digests the fat also. Okay, whatever the fat we are eating, it is digested by this bile juice. Okay, the gallbladder stores and concentrates bile that helps to absorb the digest fats. This gallbladder, which is present in our body, stores and concentrates bile that helps to absorb and digest fats. That means gallbladder stores this bile juice, which is produced by the pancreas. Sorry, from the liver that is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, to absorb and digest fats. The liver, gallbladder and pancreas help the small intestine to complete the digestion of food. So in the small intestine, which are the other organs helps them are liver, gallbladder and pancreas. Helps the small intestine to complete the digestion of food. The food is now in simple form. That is what I have told now, in the juice form or like the glucose what we are added to the water in that form. It passes through the walls of the small intestine into the blood. That means in the small intestine, some small organs are present. They are called villi. What we call them as villi. Okay. What is the function of these villi? They absorb the digested food. They absorb the digested food and transfer this food to the blood. See how the food has entered into our body. That means the breaks, that the digestive system breaks whatever we are eating. Okay, everything into the liquid form that is usable by the blood, that is mixed up with the blood. So this will absorb the blood food and it will mix up with the blood. So this blood carries every cells, because every cell need food in our body. Every cell in our body need food. Okay, that thing is carried to the food. They carried by the blood. That food is carried by the blood. Okay, the food is now in simple form. It passes through the walls of the small intestine into the blood. The blood carries digested food to all parts of the body. So this food is carried to all the parts of the body through the blood vessels. Okay, so this is how the small intestine works. Next come to the liver. The liver, large intestine. Next come to the large intestine. The undigested food and water in the small intestine passes into the large intestine. The large intestine further absorbs water and useful nutrients from the food. The undigested food, whatever the food we are eaten, it is not completely digested. Some wastes are there in that also. So it passes from the small intestine to large intestine. Passes from small intestine to large intestine. Okay, there the large intestine further absorbs water and useful nutrients from the food. In the waste also, it absorbs some useful nutrients that are not absorbed by the small intestine. Here it is absorbed. That means water separate and the waste is separated. Anus, the undigested food that moves from the large intestine into the rectum, it is finally flushed out through the anus when we go to the toilet and defecate. That means this anus, what is the function of this anus? The undigested food which is present in the large intestine move to the anus. Okay. So into the rectum, it is finally flushed out through the anus when we go to the toilet. That means when we go on the early morning or where we are going to the toilet, at the time the waste food is washed out from our body. Okay, in the form of toilet as well as in the form of urine. Okay, next we will move to the healthy eating habits. Wash both hands before and after every meal. It is very, very important. That means you have to clean your hands before every meal and after meal. Always eat at a fixed time. That means fix a fixed time to eat the food. One day we are eating at 8 o'clock, another day we are eating at 11 o'clock. So it changes the food habit. That means our stomach starts digestion every time. Okay, whenever the food enters, it starts. But if it is in a regular interval, it works properly. Okay, eat slowly and chew the food properly before swallowing. That means eat the food slowly. Don't take fast. Eat slowly and chew the food properly before swallowing. Okay, avoid overeating. Always eat a balanced diet. That means avoid overeating. Where if the food is very tasty, eating more it is dangerous to health. How much you need, that much you eat. Okay, always eat a balanced diet. It is very very important. Overeating, what it will affect? It will affect our stomach. Okay, it will affect our stomach. For example, if a motorbike carries 2 persons easily, if 4 persons will sit, what happens? It can't move easily. Okay, like the same way, if we eat more food, the digestive system will affect. The digestive system will affect. Never eat uncovered and stale food. That means the food which is not covered and stale, that is wasted food, don't eat it. Avoid eating preserved food. Try to eat fresh food only. Somebody make the food in the morning. They keep it in the fridge. After that, they will eat it and eating. That is also very, very dangerous. Always make fresh food and eat it and consume it at that time only. Okay, so this is about the healthy eating habits. Once again, I will read. Wash both hands before and after every meal. Always eat at a fixed time. Eat slowly and chew the food properly before swallowing. Avoid overeating. Always eat a balanced diet. Never eat uncovered or stale food. Avoid eating preserved food. Try to eat fresh food only. Okay, this is about the food habits. So this is about the healthy eating habits. I hope you understand about the roughage, water, balanced diet, digestion, okay, mouth, stomach, everything. Okay, how the food is digesting in the stomach, mouth, small intestine, large intestine, how it is thrown out, okay, and what are the healthy eating habits. So up to here we have completed. So we will continue in the next class. Have a nice day. Okay. Take care. Please like and subscribe our channel. We will continue the cooking food in the next class. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.